on here. There we go.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I think they said about 100 each service.
All right.
So nice.
So, actually yesterday, and it was such a great day for a theme that I just, it was Monday. June 15th is Smile Power Day. So, a smile should last a long time, and it's going to spill into June 16th, right? As it should. A smile is, it takes less muscles to smile than it does to frown. And like a yawn, a smile can be rather contagious. And so at a time when we've got a lot of stuff disseminated out there about a virus and contagiousness and all of this, how nice it is to think that, one of the things that we should be trying to contract from one another that should be contagious would be a smile. And so I'm going to invite you to bring a smile into your practice today. I'd like to think that in some way or another, a smile, or your practice rather, sort of germinates a smile within, at least, if not without. Sometimes the work is hard. Sometimes the work is hard, and that smile isn't happening here, but I'm going to try to...
inside though.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's all kind of hopefully opening up. And there's lots of poses, of course, that have a smile involved in them. So I'm going to include those too. So let's make our practice today just about the joy of a smile. To help bring that home to you right away, I invite you to maybe just spend, as we start with our breath here, begin to sink into our practice, that we begin to also consider maybe those things in our lives. There's lots of things out there in the world that are troubling. There's lots of stuff that is going on, both recent and maybe on a global level, as well as maybe in your personal life, that can sometimes bring us down. But I would like to believe that there are very many things in your life for which have brought you joy. There are very many things in your life that can bring a smile to your face. And maybe just work at giving some consideration to what those things are right now, so that they are resting right there within you, and at any time, call them up and allow yourself to feel that smile. Let's begin with the breath. Just settling ourselves in here. If there are tensions, fears, concerns, anxieties, anger, whatever, that's not part of a smile. Let's let that go. So as you take that exhalation, just breathe that out. Let it go. Draw the breath of life, of energy into you. And then when you exhale, just let all of the negativity go. And then to work our neck just a little bit, as well as work it into our breath. Let's take the hands together and gently just place, if you interlace the fingers, and place that fist right underneath your chin. We'll draw the elbows and the forearms together here. A little bit of a push upward. So our inhalation is going to be pressing up. When you exhale, push the chin down, and notice the arms are going to press out into a nice smile. Then inhale, breathing the joy of life into you. Bring the elbows and forearms together. Press the chin down. Let the elbows and the arms splay out into a smile as you exhale. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale, pushing down and letting that smile come through. Two more. And pausing there, let's just pull the palms of the hands together, sink them right down into the heart. A little pressure on the base of the palms, the base of the fingers, the tips of the fingers. Let's imagine that nice little cup there in the center of your hand is the smile of your hands. We don't want to squish that out. So pressing then from the base of the palms to the base of the fingers, the tips of the fingers. Push that right on out to the elbows. Start some pressure. There's negativity around us, and so we have pushbacks. We want to experience joy and smiles. Not everything in life is joy and smile. It's just all part of this cycle, this circle of life. Just keeping that pressure there, and let it push out to the elbows, up to the shoulders, maybe even a little bit of feeling across the chest. Take a nice deep inhalation here, press, press, press. And then when you exhale, release and relax, and let that feel, that's the feeling of a smile. A little more relaxation there. Interlace the fingers one way or the other, snap the wrist, and let's let that roll across the chest into a horizontal figure 8. And then let's pause it, and we'll take it back the other way. Punch the elbows up a little higher, out a little wider. Take that movement that started at our hands. Went up through the arms and the shoulders. Now feel it on the shoulder blades. And then we'll pause. Let's draw the hands into the heart. Again, now dig down and remember one of those things of joy in your life, either in the past or right now in the present. Breathe into the hands. And then exhale, send that smile, that joy out. Stretching the arms out and away. Inhale, we'll draw the hands back in, bring the palms back together without pressure. Let's keep the smile flowing. But now interlace your fingers the opposite way that you had them last time, and then send the arms up and out, and down and out into a vertical figure 8. Pause that at the top and take it back the other way. Reach out a little wider, up a little higher again. Feel the movement as you reach the arms up and pull on the lower back. And then we'll pause there at the top. Sometimes the rain of negativity is going to float right down on top of our head. Take a good deep breath now from the bottom, right up through your spine, up to the crown of the head, filling that hands now with joy, and send it back up again. Release the arms up, then let the fingers come undone there and drop them right down beside you. Press into the right hand. Let's circle that left arm up, looking up at the hand, and then exhale it over the head. Inhale, lift it on up, gazing upward. Exhale, take it over the head. Now breathe into that left rib cage. Notice your arm arcing over. A little bit of a smile. Lift it over to the right side. Breathe in and let your ribs be like the teeth of that smile. So open up a little wider. And then we'll inhale that left arm back up, plant it, and circling the right arm up, pause, take a look at it, and then exhale it over the head. Inhale, draw, bring it back up. Press into the left, reach up at the right. Exhale, take it over. And now let the teeth of this little rib just shine open. Breathing into the right rib cage. Inhale, we'll bring the arms back up and just let them come right down in front of you. If you want, you can swing your legs around you. Maybe you're able to roll over the knees and bring ourselves into a tabletop position. You'd have the toes curled here as we start. We're going to just work the lower part, warm up the lower part of our bodies. Toes curled, set your hips back towards the heels. And then just wiggle the tail of the puppy dog here a little bit. Feeling a nice opening stretch through the soles of our feet. And then rocking the body forward again, lift up the lower legs, feet dangling there. And let's just take them in a nice circle, squeezing the toes and flexing the feet as you circle them about 10 times in one direction. And 10 times coming back the other way. When we complete those circles, we'll drop the toes back down onto the mat, curled, slip the hips back, maybe walk the hands out a little bit further, push back through the tailbone. We're lengthening the spine here by pressing back and away, rather than reaching up right now. Push back through the tail. You get that good deep stretch pushing back, then energetically think of reaching out through the crown. And then we'll shovel the weight of our body over into the right hip, guide that up to the right shoulder, hang out over both hands momentarily, feeling the weight of ourselves and life sometimes. Push it over to the left shoulder, down into that left hip, and then go ahead and just circle the body around. You can do that as slowly, as quickly as you'd like. Might find a certain spot that feels a little extra chunked up, needs a little bit more attention. Pause and rub into that. And then again, let's pause it and then swing the hips up the left side and down the right side. And then we'll pause that. Draw the hands back underneath your shoulders. Uncurl the toes. Tops of the feet are now flat on the mat. Again, that little bit of pressure is on the base of the palms, base of the fingers, tips of the fingers. That little smile in our palms, slightly lifted underneath. Maybe rotate the elbows, inner arm, forward. A little stronger base. And now pressing the tailbone, let that lift up rather, and press the tummy down and let the gaze roll up, creating a little smile there on the back side of your body. And then tilting the pelvis down, arching the back up, chin to the chest, into cat, arching upward, flipping that smile. I guess that's a frown. Let's come back to the smile. We'll call this smile and frown today instead of cow and cat. And then exhale into frown. Inhale into smile. And exhale into frown. Enough of that frowning. Let's come back to a neutral spine. And just press out now through our left heel. Stretch right on out into a tiger stretch. Exhaling, bow the head, draw the knee underneath and through. Inhale, press back through the left heel. Exhale, bow the head, draw the knee underneath and through. Take it up a little bit more, press out through the left heel, and now reach out with the right hand. Find a little extra balance here. Core gets more engaged. Life gives us challenges. We find balance the best way we can. Exhale, let's take the elbow and knee together. Inhale, press back out again into sunbird. This time maybe a little extra smile by lifting the gaze upward. You'll kind of feel that lift in the curl, little small smile there, and then exhale, draw elbow and knee together. Go ahead and plant the right hand back underneath you. Pull that left knee alongside the right leg, but still elevated. With the next inhalation, lift it up and out to the side. Hold it there for that exhalation. Then on the inhalation, draw it to the back of your left arm. A little more core engagement, a little more challenge in life. When those challenges come, you can dive down into them with fear and anxiety, or maybe you just pull that knee back, release a little tension, lower that leg back, and find a smile. Draw that left foot right back behind you again, and then take it over the right leg. Plant the toes, push back through the heel, and then work your way through a little twist through the hips, turning the gaze, the right shoulder and ear towards one another as you look back at the left foot. And we'll inhale that leg back up, center it again. Keep the elbows tucked in here, protect the shoulders. Slowly lower your nose or chin towards the mat into a cat bow, elevated leg. Inhale, press back upward. Keep the leg extended. And then reach back out into sunbird. Now bending the left leg at the knee, we're going to create a little extra smile here. If you can, not everybody's going to be able to reach that foot, but if you can grab the foot, great. If not, maybe you can get a pant leg or pull on your skin. No, don't do that. All right, so then just pull that heel in towards your bottom first. Get a nice stretch on the quad. Then if you push the foot into the hand, lift the gaze up, you're going to create a little extra smile across the back. Even if it doesn't quite feel like something to smile about. All right, release that, swing that hand back down, knee can come back underneath, and take just a moment's rest here. And then let's come back to our smiles and frowns, lifting up the tailbone, dropping the belly, turn the gaze upward into a smile, into your cow, and then exhale into your frown, your cat, press down through the base of the palms, the tops of the feet. Inhale, back to smile. Exhale, into frown. Back to neutral spine. Press back through the right heel. On the exhalation, bow the head, draw that knee underneath and through. Inhale, press back through the right heel. Exhale, bring the knee underneath and through. And now let's take it to the sunbird. Press on out. Nothing like a beautiful sunny day. You step out there this morning and it makes you smile, doesn't it? It fills your heart. Just feel that here in the body. Reach out, stretch, and you come around to that next exhalation. Pull elbow and knee together. Inhale, stretch back out into sunbird. Lengthen out, maybe a little lift of the head. And then exhale, elbow and knee together. Go ahead, plant the left hand underneath the shoulder. Swing that right leg back in alignment with the opposite. And then lift it out to the side, exhaling there. Inhale, draw the back, or the knee towards the back of the right arm. Inhale it back, slowly lower, but stretch right on back into your tiger stretch. Exhale, take that right foot over the left leg, out to the side. Toes are curled. Gazing back at that, press through the back heel. Good work through the hip. Inhale, lift up the leg, guide it back to center here. Elbows stay tucked in. Slowly bow, nose, chin towards the earth, leg extended. Press into the palms again. Lift right on up. Find your balance here, and then when you're ready, reach out with the left arm back to sunbird. Bend the right leg at the knee. Sweep that arm back behind you. Left arm, grab the foot if you can. Pull the heel in towards your bottom. Good stretch on the quad. Then to bring that smile back in, press your hand or your foot into the hand. Lift the gaze up and create a little bit of extra curve there in the back. All right, release that. Let that come back down. Swing the knee underneath you. Back to your tabletop. Let's curl the toes behind us and then slip the hips back. Nestle back into our puppy dog pose. Maybe the hands walk out just a little bit more. Again, a little bit of wiggle here. And then let's wiggle our puppy dog right on up into a downward facing dog. So as you come into that next inhalation, start to lift the knees off the mat. Go ahead and walk the dog here. Find the proper placement for your feet and arms. Soften one knee and press the opposite heel down, back and forth. Push over into each hip. All right, let's push forward on the toes now. Turn that weight forward. Of course, that's not where we want it. We're just starting here. Then on the exhalation, press the heels down, lift up nice and high into the hips. Draw the ears in between the shoulders, biceps. Knees might have a little bend. Heels might be lifted a little bit. That's all right. Just work with your body. Let it be. Maybe your legs want to have a little smile in them, so there's a little bend. All right, with an inhalation, let's step that right foot forward to the front of your mat. And then on the exhalation, push off the back foot, Bring it to a standing forward fold. Kind of just let the knees be soft here. Body hanging out. Head, neck, and shoulders released and relaxed. And then we'll inhale, spread the arms out, reverse swan dive. Let's bring it all the way up. Palms meeting up overhead, and then sinking down into the heart. Let's even drop the hands here for a moment and just come into our mountain pose. A mountain pose is kind of foundation of all yoga poses. So as we settle in here, feel your body is the mountain. Maybe lift the toes up for a moment. Drill those heels and balls of the feet down into the earth a little bit more. Be anchored. And let your anchor, your mountain be anchored in joy. And drop the toes back down. And we'll inhale, both arms back up. And on the exhalation, let's take it right on over to the left for another small little arc, a little curve into the body, a little smile here. Over to the left, breathe into the right rib cage. Inhale back to center. And then exhale it over to the right. And then breathe into the left rib cage. Inhale back to center. On the exhalation, we're going to go to a chair. So as you exhale next, drop your bottom back. Let the arms, if that feels too much for the arms being extended right here, you can bring them in, that's fine too. Arms could be extended. The weight is in your bottom, it's in your heels. You should be able to look down and see your toes. The knees aren't projecting over, things are pushed back. So if toes almost, if anything, feel like they're lifting off the mat, just about. A lot of weight pushing back. Inhalation, let's open up the arms. And pressing into the feet. Exhale, swing the arms up, stand right back up. Then inhale, lengthen up. Try to stretch the body up higher. And then exhale, come right back down into chair. We're going to go through that one more time. Inhale, open up the arms. Exhale, pull the arms up and lift the body. And then with your next inhalation, lengthen up. Push down and reach up higher. And then we'll exhale back down into chair. Inhaling next, let's pull the hands together and draw them right into the heart. And as you exhale, swivel the left elbow over towards the right knee. If you can hook it on the outside of that knee, wonderful. If it's just touching it, and that's fine too. Turn the gaze out into the right and twist into our chair. Inhale, let's take it back to center. Exhale, pull the right elbow over towards the left knee. Gaze out to the left. Inhale it back to center, and then just press back into the feet again. We'll stand right back up. Feeling that tension, release, relax out of the legs again. Let's take the weight of our body over into the right foot now. So the left foot is still down, but it's just very light. Weight is here in the right foot. Find the drishti, a point of attention, some little mark out in front of you. You can get your gaze fixed on that. You're going to move towards a balancing pose. Anchored into that right foot. When you're ready, lift up the left leg and restore. Let's send the arms up like a stork taking flight. Let's remember that smile. Look at how beautiful that is. Fold the arms out a little bit. Maybe a little roundedness to them for a nice big smile there. Inhaling the arms back up overhead. And swing that left arm back alongside. Point the knee down. And then if you can, grab the foot. So it's set up for dancer. Now, you don't have to maintain it. You could stay right here, but if you're feeling it, dancing makes you smile, doesn't it? Either how great it is or how silly you look. And open that up. And notice as you pull into your dancer, your body kind of becomes a little bit of a smile. Push into that hand behind you. Let the body arc. Beautiful. Nice work. Lovely. Great job. Well, all right, as you come out, go ahead and drop that back foot right down onto the mat. So you got the hand that was holding it. It's right back there already. Let's set that hand onto that leg. Let's smile with the body here. We're going to call this today the smiling warrior. Front knee is over the ankle or behind it. Back heel is in alignment with that front heel. Circle that right arm right overhead. Shine your light, your smile right on out. Breathe into that right rib cage again. There's the teeth of the smile. Let them shine. And then we'll pull the arms back up overhead. Some options here. Take it to where you feel comfortable. So you could push off of this and come right into Warrior 3. And maybe you want to bring your hands down onto the mat or the block. Whatever feels right for you. Just work that out. Come into Warrior 3, extending out, trying to find that nice long line from the toe out through the crown of the head. Hands can be extended out in front of you. You can also drop down towards the mat. That's fine too. And then allow your hands to reach down to the mat, and then try to draw your forehead towards the knee into a crane position. As you push the head towards the knee, maybe you can elevate that back left leg just a little bit more. And then we'll slowly bring that leg back down, set that foot right beside the right foot, back to a standing forward fold. And we'll inhale and rise up. Letting our palms meet up overhead, and exhale down into the heart, like a great joy sinking right there into your heart. Come back to another little smile that's an occasion of a smile in your life, or maybe good laughter. And then let's shift the weight. No, not yet. We want to come back to our other work with the chair. Let's send those arms back up. On the exhalation, this time let's fold it over to the left. And now, since we're on our second round, if you'd like for a little bit more, you might reach over with that left hand, grab the right wrist, and make that smile a little bit brighter. Maybe that feels like it's too much. Don't do that. Inhale back to center, and then exhale the body over to the right. And again, now the left hand, or the right hand can reach over to the left wrist, grab it, feel like a little bit more stretch, pull on that left arm. Inhale back up to center, and then exhaling, we're going to drop the hips right on back again into our chair pose. Inhale, let's open the arms up. Exhale, push down into the feet, lift the body up, like joy rising through your body. Inhale, lengthen up even higher. Exhale, press the bottom back, folding at the knees. Weights in the backside. Inhale, open up the arms. Exhale, lift on up. Inhaling here, lengthening up. Exhale, press back again. This time we're going to open up the arms. Inhale, but keep them wide open here. And on the exhalation, let's turn and just rotate through the torso, looking out to the left. Then inhale, back to center. And exhale, twist and look out to the right. Inhale, back to center. Now, if we stay here, of course, we begin to feel like I'm not going to smile much longer through this pose. But that's the joy of life, too. Let's just keep that challenge going. See if you can tilt that left hand down towards the left ankle. Take the right arm upward and maybe even turn the gaze toward it. Inhale, lift it back up. Airplane wings. Exhale the right hand towards the right ankle and the gaze to the left hand above you. Inhale, back up. Exhale, pull the hands into the heart. Then press into the feet and inhale, step right back up. Now you can kind of feel that relaxation. Huh? There's the smile. All right, now we're going to take the weight over into that left foot. Keep the right foot kind of light. Find your drishti again. And then when you're ready, pick up the right leg into a stork. And let that stork start to take flight, wings rising up. Let's let them unfold into a big smile. Inhale those arms back up. Swinging the right hand now down alongside the leg, point the knee down, tuck the heel back towards your body. Try to keep the knee pointed forward yet. And if that's feeling all right, we're going to pull that smile of the dancer right on up to the floor. Push the foot back into that hand all the more. Create a little bit bigger smile. Awesome, a room full of dancing smiles. Could be better. All right, releasing the foot, drop that leg right back behind you, and then allowing the right hand to just stay on the back leg. And to check your alignment, front knees over the ankle or behind it, heels are aligned, swing that left arm up into our smiling warrior, curling that smile all the way over your body. And now, like you're going to send out some of that joy out to the world, you can bring the arms forward. They can come down and touch the earth or push off the foot and slowly rise into your warrior three. Try to level the hips out. Keep the toes pointed down, heels pressing back. Like you're trying to create a nice long line. You can lock that front knee in just a little bit more. Bring it back. Beautiful. Anytime you're feeling a little bit weary, hands can come down. The earth is always a good place to find some sustenance, to find some rejuvenation, so touch it. Come down, draw the hands to the earth, draw your head towards the knee, lift up that back right leg just a little bit more. And then we'll slowly just let that one just drop right down to the mat here. And then let's slide the front leg back underneath us. So instead of coming back to a forward fold, we'll come back into a plank pose here. Holding this for just another breath. And then drop your knees to the mat, uncurl the toes, and let's slip the hips back into an extended child's pose. With the tops of the feet flat on the mat, your hips can slip back a little bit deeper, sink in. Have the feet wide enough so your bottom can just nestle in between the heels. If you'd like, you could fold the arms here, drop your forehead onto the folded arms, or maybe even slide the arms alongside the body, drop the forehead to the mat, and come into a full child's pose. While you're there, let's come back to our intention and gather in some good thoughts, smiles, joys, laughter in your life. And then we'll slide those arms right back out in front of us and try to express them in our bodies again. Let's rock forward and curl the toes. And then slip the hips back again. So you're back into a puppy dog. And then inhaling next, we'll start to lift the knees off the mat. And exhaling, settle the heels down. If you need to pedal the feet here or shake the neck out a little bit, do what feels right. And then go ahead and anchor yourself into that downward facing dog. The weight not in the arms and shoulders. Push it up high to the hips. A little inverted smile here. Good deep lift, or a good high lift, a good deep press through the feet. Now anchored into that right foot, let's lift up the left leg into a three-legged dog. And if that's doing okay, maybe even bend the left leg at the knee and spill over to the right, kind of stacking the left hip on top of the right. But as you do, you kind of create a little kind of fun twisted smile here from the armpit through the torso to the hip and wrapping that foot around to the side. Breathe into the left rib cage again. Let the teeth show on that smile. Then inhale the leg back to center. And as you exhale, we'll sweep that left leg forward to the front of the mat. Take a moment to check your alignment. Easy to catch that foot as you're pulling it forward, so just make sure knees over the ankle or behind it. Back foot right now is pointed forward. We'll inhale, lift up the hips, and then exhale, let them sink down. And as you sink deeper and deeper, this time, go ahead and drop the knee on that back leg to the mat. Uncurl the toes. On the exhalation, rock the hips back. Hands can slide a little bit here. Keep the foot down on this first one. So you're getting a stretch on the back of the leg, but also on the top of the foot. even up to the shin. Bowing the head towards the knee. The knee's going to likely have a little bend in it. If you've got block or blocks, let's inhale, rock forward. You might find that they can be kind of handy here. We're going to rock back again, but this time lift onto the heel. Hands can drop back further. You could use the block to support you. Instead of having your hands on the mat, you can bow the head towards that knee. Here, the knee might be able to drop in a little bit deeper with the heel, or the toes lifted rather, up onto the heel. And then walk the hands back forward, settle that foot back down. And then we're going to lift up, curl the toes behind you, lift that back knee off the mat. Actually, you don't have to do that. We're going to take this into a little bit of a twist. And so the knee could be down here. We're going to take the hands up to the heart in prayer position. If you want, if you got that knee lifted, maybe take the hands onto the front knee first. Make sure you got your balance. Then take the hands up to the heart in Anjali Mudra. And then you can have a nice lift up on the body. Let's turn and look out to the left, and then see if we can drop that right elbow again to the outside or onto the right knee. And take a nice twist through the body. Inhale, bring it back to center. Hands back down onto the mat. But now rotate that back heel so it's turned in. Toes are out, heels down, and then begin to walk the hands again. If you got a block here, this can be helpful, even one way out here in front at its highest level. Try to bring that front knee in now, lock it in, so you're in a nice standing pyramid head to knee pose here. And drop that head down deeper and deeper. The knee again might have a little bend in it, doesn't have to be hyperextended. All right, go ahead and bend into the front knee again. That back heel that's turned in is in alignment with the front heel. Front knee's over the ankle. Scoop the left hand inside that left foot. Now, if you prefer, you can also draw this elbow right up onto the knee. This might feel like an awfully deep dive. If you don't have a block, you can also set a block here. So elbow on the knee or on the mat or on a block, and then swing that right arm up to the sky. Turn the gaze to the upper right hand. Then bending the right arm at the elbow, drop it across the back, and now let your smile come right on out through the heart and the chest, pulling that shoulder blade back. And then we'll windmill that arm all the way back around. Again, scoop the left hand over to the opposite side of the left foot, and then rotate the back foot so it's pointed forward. Slide the front foot back underneath here into plank. So in plank now, we're going to take a nice little vinyasa flow right into cobra. I always like to think of it as a wave rolling through my body. Let's today let that wave be a smile that rolls through us. You feel the smile coming on, and just let it shine. So take a good deep inhalation here. As you exhale, drop your knees, chin and chest. Keep the elbows tucked in. Then as the toes uncurl and the hips drop, lift that smile and even let it course your face if that works for you. Lowering back down, curling the toes behind you. And let's press right on back to a puppy dog here. Inhale, lift up into down dog. On our down dog then, pull that left knee right underneath its hip and drop it to the mat. Now we're going to go to a sidearm balance. If you want more, rather than taking the knee underneath you, then just roll over onto the edge of your outside edge of that foot. But I'm going to give you that option here right now. We can drop this left knee, turn the right heel down, so the left hand, everything is in alignment with the left side, including that right heel. And then you can swing the left arm and the right arm up to the sky. If you'd like more, you can always slide that folded leg back underneath you, come into a full sidearm balance, but don't do that if that doesn't feel right on your shoulder. So let's take that right arm over the ear now. Good. Line of energy, your body pressing out from the outside edge, even if it's not touching down with the right foot, extending out through the fingertips, Sending out some good positive energy out into the world. And then we'll windmill that right arm all the way back around, bringing your hand back down to the mat. Slide that left leg back underneath you, back into plank. And we're going to trot around into an upward facing dog. A nice smile there too. Options again, drop the body all the way down and lift up from that position. Or maybe as you come down, you press forward on the toes, a little bit more weight and challenge into the arms. Stay on curled or uncurled toes and lift that gaze up into upward facing dog. Then dropping knees back down onto the mat and just slip the hips back with curled toes into your puppy dog pose again. Take a moment's rest here, breathe in deep. If you'd like, you could just uncurl the toes, let the hips slip back, make that an extended child if that feels a little bit more restful. I wouldn't want to prevent you from that. All right, with curled toes again, back to puppy dog. Let's lift up into downward facing dog. And now anchored into that left foot, let's inhale the right leg up, three-legged dog. Again, only if it feels right and safe for you. Bend the right leg at the knee, spill over to the left, creating that nice smile there from the armpit to the toes. Breathe into the teeth of your ribs. Keep anchored in that left foot. Inhale the knee back to center. And on the exhalation, sweep that right foot forward to the front of the mat. Check the alignment. Front knee is over the ankle or behind it. Back foot's pointed forward. Inhale, lift up the hips. Exhale, sink them down. Keep sinking. And then let the knee touch right on down. Uncurl the toes there. And on the next exhalation, sweep the hips back. Keep the front foot on the mat as best you can. Bow the head towards the knee. It's going to be a little bit of a bend in the knee yet as you bow down. If you keep that foot anchored on the mat. Inhale, rock forward. And then exhaling, lift onto the heels, slide the hands back. Again, a block here can be a handy tool. Don't be afraid to use it if you've got it. Bow the head towards the knee. Inhale, rock forward, press that foot back down. Again, the knee can stay down, or you can curl the toes on the back foot, lift up the back knee. If you've got the knee lifted, you may want to bring the hands up to the front knee first to make sure you've got your balance. Then when you're ready, bring the hands to Anjali Mudra here at your heart. Good deep inhalation. Press back to the extended leg if that knee's up. Rotate the gaze out to the right. Drop the left elbow over onto the outside of that right knee if possible. Inhale it back to center. Hands back down onto the mat. Then rotate your back heel down in alignment with the front heel. You can start to walk that knee back in a bit. Bow the head towards the knee. Again, a block could be a handy tool out in front, or two of them right alongside the foot. Bending back into that front knee, keeping the back foot anchored. Let's slip the left or the right hand out to the inside of the right foot, or it can come up onto the knee, or if you got a block, you can set that block inside the foot and rest it on that, and then sweep the left arm up to the sky. Bending it at the elbow, drop it across the back, and let's see if we can let that heart shine again as you pull the shoulder back. Feel a little crease of a smile across the chest. Heart shining out. Gaze is up and slightly back. Windmill that arm all the way back up and around. Bring it back down onto the mat. Rotate the back foot forward. And then step the right hand back over to the outside of the foot. Slide that right foot back behind you into plank. Good deep inhalation here. Let's set up for our little cobra flow of a smile. Never saw a cobra smile like this. Drop the knees, chin and chest. Roll the body through and smile the body up. Lowering body back down, curling toes behind us, slip the hips back, pulling back to our puppy dog and lifting right on up into downward facing dog. Another nice inhalation there, rise up high into the hips. Feel the energy spill down the backs of the legs. And go ahead, you can drop that right knee right underneath the hip. Rotate the back heel of the left leg down so everything is in alignment on the right side here. You could stay in this supported. You could then reach the left arm up. If you want more, you can still slide that right leg back down underneath you, but the left leg can be the leg we're working from with that energy. And then let's drop the left arm over the ear so that we got a good pull of energy from the outside edge of our left foot riding up through the body, right out through the fingertips, sending out your positivity, your joy, your smile, and then swing that arm all the way back behind you, rotate it back to the mat, rotate the hips forward back into plank, and one more little smile through the body with an upward facing dog, whatever works for you. Lower that down, push on toes, or bring the body onto the mat, and arch the back upward. Arch the heart and gaze upward with the back arching. And then drop the knees to the mat, uncurl the toes, slip the hips back into an extended child's pose. Inhale, rock the hips forward, curl the toes, lift up the hips, and then take either leg, it doesn't matter which, just drop one like you would a pigeon pose underneath, but then fall over to that elevated hip and sweep the opposite leg around so we'll come back to a seated position. Let's take the hands alongside the body here and come to a staff pose. Base of the palms, again, that little cup still open, still smiling. Base of the palms just a little bit behind the hips. Soften the shoulders first, and then you can put a little pressure into the hands. Let the gaze roll upward. And now again, just feeling this heart. Think of things in your life for which you have joy, gratitude, smiles, laughter. Feel them in your body. Inhale, we'll take the arms up. And on an exhalation, just a simple forward fold. Just keep rolling your body down, a little bit at a time. Tuck the tummy in, maybe reach out to the fingertips. Keep that spine as straight as possible. Eventually, it's going to curl a bit. And then let the hands meet up wherever they do, on the knees, the shins, the ankles, the feet. And lock down there. You're going to feel your body kind of getting pulled down, but try not to be too aggressive with that pull down. Let the body do its work. Once you're down there as deep as you can get, then maybe let the hands come off of their handholds. Turn the palms upward. In a nice little pose of receptivity, but now the body really has to anchor itself down. It's not with the hands holding it. And then slowly lift the body back up. Let's take the hands there, push the bottom forward, and rolling onto your back, pull the knees back in with you. Softening the squeeze of that, maybe roll the knees in circles, one direction and then back the other way. And let's finish off here with one more nice smile. Maybe you tuck the arms right inside the legs, grab a hold of the big toe with the index, middle finger, and thumb, and go to a happy baby pose, stretching or keeping the knees bent, but lifting the soles of your feet up. Got a little bit of a smile there. With the legs, you can rock that happy baby. Let it smile through its pose. And then if you're feeling all right with it, push the heels out and take it into a wider smile. Hand to toe, supine position. Again, a little rocking here can be fine. And then we'll pull the soles of our feet together, coming back to a butterfly, or with the feet elevated. Hands can wrap around the feet or maybe onto the ankles. Pull the soles of your feet together and press the heels in towards the groin. Forearms can kind of press out on the inner thigh for a little wider pose there. And then slowly let the feet, staying together, but slowly lower the outer edge of both feet down onto the mat. Hands can then rest on the inner thigh for just a little bit more, just a nice gentle smile there of the legs. And then we're going to make our way to Shavasana. So at this point, you bring those legs together, you find that there's a little extra or something that needs attention in your body, take care of that. And when you're ready, we'll slide the legs down the mat, pull the arms alongside the body, invite you to close the eyes or lower the gaze, and bring yourself into that final pose of Shavasana. Resting there, coming back to our intentions, the joys, the smiles, the laughter of our lives, letting each inhalation and exhalation be kind of lifting and revisiting of those as you relax there. This simple poem about a smile. A smile is cheer to you and me. Cost is nothing. It's given free. It comforts the weary, gladdens the sad, consoles those in trouble, good or bad. To rich and poor, beggar or thief, it's free to all of any belief. A natural gesture of young and old, cheers on the faint, disarms the bold. Unlike most blessings for which we pray, it's one thing we keep when we give it away. Invite you to wiggle fingers and toes. Turning wrists and ankles in and out. A little tickle in the body. Let it move. Up through arms and legs. When you're ready, pulling the legs up the mat, knees pointing towards the ceiling. Maybe they sway, maybe they just stay still. Eventually then, shift your hips a little bit over to the left and let your body roll into the smile of a fetal position. And then pressing out through that top leg, lifting off the top arm. Bring your body up to a seated position where your gaze might be lowered or your eyes even closed. There's a smile in your heart, maybe even on your face. And then remembering again some of those things of joy. Let's take them in our hands here, one or more in each hand. And then we'll gather them together, keeping that little space for them open in the center, and gently but vigorously rub the palms of our hands together. And then we'll place the palms of our hands over our lower gaze or our closed eyes. And make no jest of all that we've all been through here with the pandemic, but it may be a nicer way to see that word of infection and epidemic is to make it about a smile. So if you feel the smile begin, don't leave it undetected. Let's start an epidemic quick and get the world infected. We'll draw the hands back down, open up those eyes, and let that body just be a good smile. You hold the smile within you there. I'm grateful you brought your smiles, your body, your presence, your effort here today. And the smile and light in me shines back at the smile and light of each of you. Namaste. And there might be some people over here that would like you to come over and just wave hello. So I'm going to get out of the way, and please come over and do that.
You first.
Hello, we miss you. Hi, Dottie. Come back soon, and I hope you're safe. Hello, I miss you.
Daddy, we miss you. Love you.
Who is this? Hickory Dickory. Hi, Doc. Hi, Doc. Come back soon.
See you soon, Doksa.